In 476 AD, the Roman Empire fell. The last emperor, a teenager, handed over his crown to a barbarian general. 1,000 years of empire ended in a single afternoon. But in the northwest of Gaul, no one told the last Roman army. They kept the eagle raised. They kept the borders. They kept the oath. For 10 years after Rome fell, they fought for an empire that no longer existed. At its peak, Rome controlled everything, from Scotland to Mesopotamia. 1 million soldiers, one language, one law. But by the 5th century, the edges were dissolving. Germanic tribes, Huns, internal betrayal. The empire was eating itself alive. On September 4th, 476 AD, the barbarian commander Odoacer forced the Western emperor to step down. Rome, officially, was over. The news spread across the empire. Most accepted the new reality. Governors surrendered, generals changed sides. But in the far northwest of Gaul, one Roman general received the news and refused to accept it. His name was Syagrius, Rome's last military commander in Gaul. Cut off from Rome by barbarian kingdoms on every side, he refused to surrender his territory. He maintained Roman law, Roman roads, Roman taxation, Roman administration. A perfect Roman province with no Rome left to answer to. When Syagrius died in 464, his son Syagrius inherited the territory, and with it, the weight of an impossible duty. The Germanic kings surrounding his territory gave him a title no Roman had held in centuries: Rex Romanorum, King of the Romans. He had approximately 6,000 soldiers against kingdoms of tens of thousands. But Syagrius maintained one thing no barbarian king could replicate: Roman order, in a world that had forgotten what order looked like. In 476, when Odoacer took power in Italy, he sent word to Syagrius demanding recognition. Syagrius refused. He sent his own messengers to Constantinople, the Eastern Roman emperor, asking for recognition as the legitimate governor of Gaul. The Eastern emperor chose Odoacer instead. Syagrius was left entirely alone. No empire backing him, no reinforcements coming, no recognition from any power on earth. And yet, the patrols continued. The borders held. The oath remained unbroken. 10 years after Rome officially ceased to exist, the last Roman army kept the eagle flying. In 481, a new Frankish king, Clovis, rose to power. Clovis, 15 years old, deeply ambitious. He looked at the last Roman territory in the West and issued a challenge. Syagrius did not run. He accepted. 6,000 Romans against a Frankish army many times their size. The Battle of Soissons, 486 AD. The last Roman army in the West decisively defeated. Syagrius escaped south, seeking refuge with the Visigothic king. The Visigoths, fearing Clovis, handed him over in chains. Gregory of Tours writes that Clovis had Syagrius executed in secret. The last king of the Romans died without ceremony. And with him, the last Roman army in the West quietly ceased to exist. No final speech, no ceremony, no burial with honors. The soldiers, if they survived, simply became Franks. The roads they built still existed. The laws they enforced still functioned. Only the name was gone. Today, the roads Syagrius' soldiers maintained still cross the French countryside. The city of Soissons still stands, where the last Roman army made its final stand. Most people walk past those stones every day without knowing what they meant. That here, in this exact place, an empire died fighting. What Syagrius chose was not delusion. He knew Rome had fallen. He simply refused to be the one who let it go. Every empire that has ever existed believed it would last forever. None of them did. And somewhere, in every collapse, there are always a few who keep the oath, long after everyone else has moved on. We remember Clovis. We remember the emperors. We rarely remember Syagrius, the man who refused to accept that it was over. Perhaps that stubbornness is the most Roman thing of all.